Yep, y'all see the title. I am not rage baiting y'all. I'm not no Twitter nigga. But I'll slam dick down your mom's throat like I'm a Twitter nigga. I want to talk about something today that really bothered me while I was thinking at work. At work today, for no apparent reason, I was like, damn, my work day would be so much better if I could just teleport to like different locations and deliver these packages, because I'm a FedEx driver full time. Yeah, bummed out over here, but that's my full-time job. And then on the thought of that, I thought about Adam Eve from, of course, the Invincible show. And dude, like, I've never seen anybody with such a broken, crazy power up just for them to not really utilize it like that. So what I mean is, most of the time that we see Adam Eve, this shirt is itchy as hell. It feels like I got fucking like dog hairs just stabbing me and shit. It fucking hurts. What the hell? It's like all over my right arm specifically. It's not on my left. But it feels like every time Eve gets to, what's the word, fight, she doesn't really use her powers well. Like, most of the time, she's either creating weapons or literally creating like a force field with air. And I was watching a Kane's video. Shout out to Kane. He's a really good YouTuber. I like watching him do like recaps of shows, games, all that shit. He made a point in his Invincible versus Conquest video, the first round, not the second rematch. But when Eve showed up and she fought Conquest, like, she literally created a bubble around Conquest's head. And for the people that don't know Adam Eve, her superpower, if you haven't watched the Invincible show, her power is she can make anything out of atoms. Anything. So, like, I don't think you guys realize how much atoms are present, like, right now. You cannot see the atoms, but there are like a billion atoms right in front of your face right now. You know what I'm saying? So air has atoms in it. Wait, hold on. Let me fact check myself on that. I don't want to sound like a dumbass. Okay, I knew that was true, but I didn't want to like second guess myself. So yes, air is made out of atoms, right? So literally, Eve can create whatever the fuck she wants out of air. So when she put that bubble around Conquest's face, all she had to do was just create like water to drown out what's his name, Conquest. She could have created fire within that bubble. She literally could snatch out the air from a nigga's body. You know what I'm saying? There's atoms in everybody. And as y'all seen in the recent season, Viltrumites are also weak, like internally. The Scourge virus killed them from the inside. So Eve could have went inside this nigga, you know, no homo, but you know, that's literally how it is. I can't fucking, I don't know how to like reword that. She could have went inside this man, not his asshole, but you know, if she wanted to strap the nigga down, then sure. But yeah, she could have went inside his body, changed up the atoms, and killed Conquest. Instead, Eve uses her powers as like a defensive force for most of the time. I don't understand why. Or she's shooting like shitty ass projectiles. Why are you shooting these projectiles? Big dog. Every single major fight that has happened in the series could have been prevented if she actually locked in with their powers. Like, okay, the very first one, right? The very first fight, or the very first major fight of the show was Invincible versus Omni-Man, and where Invincible completely got no diffed and Omni-Man was beating his ass throughout all of Chicago. When that happened, I know that Eve was like helping other places and helping with the car. What's the word? Like damage control. So she was helping with damage control, but still, for one, she could have immediately fixed the shit. It's not like her powers require energy, like how Momo Yaoyorozu from My Hero Academia, in order to create anything that she wants, she has to eat a lot. You know what I'm saying? And she like burns them calories. So that's how she's always so skinny. She has to eat a lot, and then she can burn them hoes by creating whatever she needs to create. Eve can just create whatever the fuck, whenever the fuck. You know what I mean? So seeing her, for one, take a long time to create a lot of shit is very, very rage inducing. And then just not seeing her lock in so many times where she could have killed Omni-Man if they fucking met at the fight. So I'll give her leeway on that. But still, if she would have fixed up the infrastructure fast enough, which she definitely could have done. Because Eve is broken. Eve has such a broken power up. So she could have did that and then came to the fight or got notified by like whoever and then went to the fight and killed Omni-Man. Then, of course, the Flaxens, which is the green aliens that first come in, like, what is it, episode 1, 3 or some shit? I don't know. It's very, very early in the first season. They come in and Eve could have soloed that entire race, could have died, but she just plays it safe. Well, I don't even think she plays it safe, because playing it safe is like, you have the power to do this and you know you can do this, but you're choosing not to. Eve doesn't fucking do that at all. I don't get why you don't want to do that. Bitch, you're not a Saiyan. Conquest proved that. You can't just not go all out from the start. You will get touched and you will get thrashed. Then nigga put a hole inside your stomach. The only time you should have a hole in your stomach is when you're having a C-section, bitch. Like, what are you talking about? And then your man's lost damn near both of his arms and his leg because you didn't kill Conquest. And, well, this doesn't have anything to do with Eve, but because Cecil brought back this ball nigga, it also resulted in Invincible getting his guts pulled out again. Well, not again, but like, he was getting badussied on, right? He was getting badussied on that entire time by Conquest in both matches. Like, he was getting fucked up until pretty much the end. So, yeah, all that could have been prevented if Eve would have locked in. What are those other aliens? I can't remember the name of them, but it's the aliens that like latch onto you and then they take over your mind. When Eve and Invincible and Bulletproof and all these heroes was fighting those aliens, again, she could have just created something to either keep them more enclosed. Well, she tried with her barrier, which is weak, but she could have created more shit. Or she could have just like turned all the air or their skin into fire. They could have just burned to death. You know what I mean? They're from Mars, right? They're going to burn. They're going to burn, right? So just seeing all these different fights and scenarios where she's just not doing anything, it's so fucking frustrating. And again, I got to bring it back to the Conquest fight. When she was about to die, she just had this random ass power up where she just immediately healed herself and then became like a nuclear bomb and shot that energy out to Conquest, and which literally led to Conquest saying, I don't know why I'm saying literally to everything, but it led to Conquest saying like, yeah, Invincible, you didn't really kill me. It was mainly your girlfriend that did that. So Eve played like an MVP role right there still. I'm not trying to like downplay her or nothing, but yeah, I'm kind of downplaying her because, bitch, what are you talking about? And I know this isn't like another I'd be mad as fuck video. I really wanted to come on here and just yap about this because at the end of the day, it is a yap channel on here. And I like to do just come on here and talk about anything. Yeah, you guys should definitely subscribe. I'm telling you, I'm going to yap about anything. When the Netflix DMC season 2 drops, that shit drops in 11 days from now. It is May 1st today. It drops on May 12th. Me and my girlfriend are binging it. I'm gonna be making a video on it, both on my main channel, 713 Rich Kid, link in the description below. And I'll be talking about it here. And I don't have high hopes for it. But who knows? They might be able to aura farm me into thinking like, okay, this is actually still cool. But back to the main point. Eve, I think Eve is just sorry. You know, like if you give Eve's power to a robot would be insane with that. Or you give Eve's power to just anybody that's somewhat intelligent. You give it to Titan. You give it to Mark. You give it to, especially Omni-Man. Oh my God. You give it to Immortal. Give your power to Immortal. Immortal is ass. You know what I'm saying? Like, what does this nigga even do besides get old? Big dog, sit this one out. Unk, you are not built for this. You know what I'm saying? You know what's crazy? I'm actually going to go on the rant about this right now. Invincible Versus, very fun game. I tried it out yesterday and had fun playing with Below Zero. If you guys don't know who Below Zero is, he phenomenal gaming YouTuber. He makes crazy edits. Below Ziro. Hey, crazy. Shout out to bro. But yeah, I was running running the ones with him yesterday. Mind you, we both had no experience, so it was just completely fun and stupid. And they decided to make the Immortal as DLC. Who the fuck wants to play as this bum? Like, imagine you get a Dragon Ball game and you got to pay DLC to play as Krillin. Get the fuck out of here. Matter of fact, I can't even lie, because they did that in Dragon Ball FighterZ, where you got to pay DLC to play as Videl and Master Roshi. You think I want to play as them when I can play as all these other characters? The base characters in that roster: Android 21, Blue Goku, Blue Vegeta, Ultimate Gohan, Super Saiyan 2 Gohan. Who the fuck else? Golden Frieza. Well, you can transform into Golden Frieza. Like, the list goes on. Crazy that you got to pay for Videl of all people. But yeah, is there another point? I'm going to actually pause right here again. I want to see if there's another point about Eve I want to talk about. Yeah, nah, I just actually checked. There's nothing really else to talk about. It was just pretty much rinse and repeat. She fights villains. She doesn't use her powers to main extent or her extent to just like end the fights. And I know what people are trying to say. Oh my God, if she could just end the fight, Jalen, then we wouldn't have a fucking show. Well, yeah, but at the same time, if she could just end the fight, we wouldn't have to deal with so many injuries, or at least Mark wouldn't have to deal with so many injuries. And yeah, the plot could literally be solved. But that's all I wanted to say. Yeah, Adam Eve can't use her powers. I would use, oh my God, yo, if I was Adam Eve, for one, fuck the moral shit. I'm using all my powers to make some money immediately. I'm quitting my job, and then I'm quitting all my jobs, and then I am getting whatever the hell I want. You know what I'm saying? I'm creating a bigger dick for myself, and I'm making sure I can last longer than a goddamn RoboCop film. You know what I mean? I'm abusing that power. You know what I'm saying? Oh my God, your top sorcerer couldn't stop what I could do. But other than that, yeah, I would not like to be Adam Eve, because clearly her brain does not work when she's using her powers.